Commercial Observer. Tonight, we are excited. We are dressed up and we are out and about at REBNY's 122nd Annual Gala. It's a who's who here, folks, and we decided to check in with a bunch of real estate pros about various topics.
No.
Yes.
No.
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 Not anymore.
For now, I'm staying local.
I'm not.
We're totally focused on the New York metro market, but our big belief is follow the customer. And we're seeing our customers look for affordable housing in transit-oriented developments in downtown suburban areas around New York City, as well as in the boroughs we're also looking at.
We're focused on Los Angeles and Boston and Washington and some South American countries where we're doing business currently.
We work with our tenants to look at all major markets in the United States specifically. So we do things in LA, San Francisco, Chicago, Boston, DC, Miami, and New York.
Always. Always. And so I look at the gateway cities. Our clients, the larger part of our business tends to be with corporates that have presence in the gateway cities. So I'm always looking at how New York is doing compared to other gateway cities, both in employment, growth and growth, from an investment sales perspective as well as a leasing perspective, and then infrastructure. Always look to see how other cities are investing in their infrastructure compared to New York.
Well, I always did business on the West Coast. I'm revisiting Chicago, Boston, Washington, D.C., Denver, and Seattle.
20 and 30 years from now, yes.
Yes.
Why?
Because it brings more people, and from my perspective as a retail broker, it gives the opportunity for more activity and more stores and more sales.
I think the Midtown East rezoning is a good long-term investment. I don't know if it will be a near-term transformational development, but just like Hudson Yards and the World Trade Center gave us 21st century office space that enabled us to keep growing and attract some of the fastest growing companies to New York, I think you're going to need the same type of new space in Midtown East over time.
Yes, I think it's great to see that it got done. I think the density needs to be increased in Midtown East.
I think that it will attract tenants that have gone to other places because they couldn't find similar product in the Midtown East marketplace, yes.
The most important project now in Midtown East is happening at 1 Vanderbilt. It's exciting. It's close to great transportation. It's going to be tremendously successful. As I look at the cost of acquiring these zoning credits, it's significant. And the ability for a building to vacate and then rebuild and redevelop requires carry. So it's not going to be easy to do, and there are some select sites that I think will be very beneficial and will succeed, but I'm not sure this is an en masse type of, if you will, response.
Absolutely. Because I think it gives opportunities and it opens up the market to what wasn't possible before.
Zoning.
How tax reform is going to impact the market.
The shift from glass and steel traditional office to adaptive reuse, more organic space.
Finding the new norm.
New York, no matter what we want to say, requires continued investment in infrastructure.
The cost of building in all different segments.
More women in this industry to create a more diverse industry base is critical for the long-term success of, and we have some great role models in this industry that I've talked about frequently. Marianne Ty, Marianne Gilmartin, Darcy Stick, Tara Stick, and Joanne Podell. I think it's very easy, actually. Get the state to waive the 12 FAR cap on residential FAR and provide the right incentives for the private sector to do what they do best. We have not had the right incentive packages.
Increase density across any area where you can actually have more density, put the density there, reduce the size of the units so you have more flexibility, and take parking lots in suburban urban downtowns and build more affordable housing there.
Embracing more public-private partnerships to accommodate development.
Houseboats in the Erie Basin in Brooklyn.
Yes, I want it. I think we should get it. I think we're the right city. We have the right demographic, we have the energy, we have the bike lanes, we have the park, we have the river, and we have a 24/7 community. So yeah, I think we should be the ones.
Low because of the mayor's comments shortly after they announced that they were looking in places like New York.
What did he say?
He said, go to your local neighborhood place and buy stuff, don't order from Amazon. Probably not a good way to attract them.
I would say 1 in 5. I think Toronto's got a good shot. I think Washington's got a good shot as potential areas. And there's probably a couple others I'm not thinking about.
I think New York has a lot to offer.
From what I've read so far, I wouldn't bet on it.
I'd give us 25%.
I think it's got one of the best chances in the country, and that's because we've got the most sophisticated owners and developers who are going to reach to make that deal.